An area of pricing I think folks often overlook is how complex the cross-functional work relationship is and how important it is to get it right on how to collaborate with different stakeholders.
So one area that I think folks overlook in pricing is positioning and explanation of value. So things as simple as the bulleted list of features on a pricing page or how you communicate the value of the product. A lot of people see that as purely a marketing function, but I think it's more a pricing function than anything to help your customer understand the value of a given package and related to the price point of that package.
One area of pricing that folks overlook, I think, is how long what you would call legacy models stick around. When you think you're migrating to the brand new model, you actually also think about how many different models you need to keep maintaining.
Yeah, I still think people overlook like add-ons and specifically like professional services. I think professional services right now are a really underrated lever to use, especially as you're introducing generative AI into your product. And there are all these new areas and kind of like pressure points where you can train people on how to use your product. And there are a lot of opportunities for companies to generate more revenue through services, and it'll also allow them to get closer to the customer. And because it's a one-time fee, typically you're able to charge kind of a premium for that. And so I think a lot of SaaS companies tend to overlook premium services and all the benefits that it can offer.
I think one area of pricing that is very often forgotten is, how you're going to go out, communicate this to customers, and, put out that messaging. So an example that I always like to point to is, when Netflix was getting rid of their password or, their password sharing, they're telling everyone for years, we're going to get rid of this. And there's all this price signaling that starts getting people ready, which is one example of messaging. But also, being able to put that right value proposition is super key there. But oftentimes a product gets launched, pricing is kind of put on the back burner. You don't send it out into the comms, and you either miss a great opportunity because you might have given customers a really good deal, or you might miss, an opportunity to properly communicate a change that they're looking for, and then they get caught off guard. And oftentimes it's not that someone might not value your product or might not be willing to pay a price, but if it's sprung as a surprise, it's automatically going to turn them off and not going to create a good relationship there.